Welcome back, everybody, and sorry for the lazy and shitty setup today, but I kind of just want to get something off my chest, and it's really to do with the newest expansion coming to ESO, and that being Morrowind. And really, why I'm not excited about it anymore. Really, initially, when they announced Morrowind, this huge expansion update, I was actually kind of excited. You know, I got this huge area with brand new content. I was thinking, hey, you know, it's gonna be like Craglord, but way better. And I was thinking to myself, you know, they're getting new raids, they're getting new classes in here, they're gonna probably improve crafting systems, improve all these glaring issues with ESO and the tedious grind endgame is, and add some more things to actually do other than bash my head in the sewers for 9 hours a day or try to grind, I don't know, City of Ash for some decent traits. Something better than that for endgame. But even then, there was also the point of the story, and I was thinking, hey, if they can pull off another Rothgar and get some beautiful grade content in there, then I would have absolutely no problems with it, because right now, the environments seem fairly interesting so far. Of course, they're not the environments that Bethesda can make, especially with all the particle effects that they're missing to really recreate that type of atmospheric effect, but they had a lot of things going for it initially that I was very upbeat about, and I even immediately tried to order the collector's edition for it. Spent $100 on that. Well, I mean, I haven't spent it just yet, and it was only really $80 because of the discount, but still. So as time went on and more stuff was being released about it and the classes and all that, I was thinking, you know, the Warden looks really different, very utilitarian in a sense. But a lot of other aspects started to really rub me off the wrong way, especially with regards to the story. Because when it comes to the story, it was about Morag Tong and all of that jazz again, and I was thinking to myself, oh fucking god, are you kidding me? Was this going to be another sneaky, rogue-ass political assassination type of bullshit game, type of DLC, for the third time in a row? We just had Thieves Guild and Dark Brother, and of course it went a while ago, but please put something else in there other than 2 dungeons to really really clear out my system before I do another rogue-ass game. Because for me, I don't even like doing it to begin with. Dark Brotherhood and Thieves Guild were just tedious grinds to get motifs. But we're getting a third one like that? Getting the Morag Tong? I don't give a shit if it's the Dark Elves and somehow this political cloak and dagger shit is going to be somehow new with their dark people behind it. No, I don't give a shit. Please do something new. And on top of that, the story they were talking about was how a god was losing his power and how you had to restore it and figure out what was wrong with it. And I was thinking to myself, didn't they already explore this? Maybe not nearly as much, but didn't they do something to the same effect as this? And I believe it was Deshawn, not in Stonefalls, but Deshawn near the end of the zone, where they actually had to restore the power of a god itself in a very short form factor quest, but you still had to do it. And I was thinking to myself, they're already repeating quests in this game. Of course, maybe expanding this quest option out to be a little bit more interesting, but we seriously have just restored the power to a Dark Elf god, and we're doing it again? Are you kidding me? And on top of that, to begin with, this is Morrowind we're talking about here, so while we're just repeating the storyline, we're repeating zones already when there's still billions of potential other places they could explore on the map. There's an entire continent across the waterway they could even explore to if they want to be that adventurous. Why the hell are they retreading old ground? Well, obviously they're trying to get the nostalgia points on that, but considering I've never played Morrowind, I didn't really have any nostalgia with it, so the fact they literally copy and pasted the height map into Elder Scrolls Online, I was already bashing my head on the keyboard just to pure pandering stupidity this piece of shit will be. But that was just my extreme reaction, and I was thinking, this is Elder Scrolls Online. They've had a decent track record with DLC content, and then the betas and the closed betas and all this other shit started to come out and I was invited into, and of course I am fucking over my entire privacy statement. I'll get my revoked for whatever, but I doubt Zoss will see this, so I'm not really terribly worried about it. But I was doing through the quest lines, you know, going through it, doing bug reports, whatnot. But I was just really, throughout the entire time, I did not give a shit about any of the people there. All their plights didn't make sense to me. I mean, really, only a few of them stood out to me. And on top of that, you had all this cloak and dagger shit with the Morag Tong, and I was thinking, oh my god, this feels like total flashbacks to Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood, my worst fucking fears actually proven. And now I'm just getting bored of this content already. I couldn't even finish the beta. I couldn't even finish the storyline to even properly bug test it. I couldn't even be bothered to level up my warden or even make a template character to go fuck around with. It was that mind-numbing. But also, to be fair, I mean, I was also plowing through the game like absolute crazy initially, so I can see why I was getting a little bit bored. But even then, I was thinking to myself, this place does not feel inspired at all. This feels like I'm retreading old ground, and I've only played Elder Scrolls Online and Skyrim. How does it already feel like this? And on top of that, none of the stories were, I mean, terribly compelling. A lot of them didn't make sense, like I've said before, but none of them were just interesting. I mean, there was one involving a father and his broken up family, but even then, it still felt a little bit off to me. And on top of that, it just ended with an abrupt death to bring everyone together, and I was thinking, oh my god, this is the most manipulated piece of crap side story. And it was the only one trying to actually invoke feeling. The only one that tried to invoke feeling still had an abrupt death out of nowhere. That's a good story plot twist, and maybe there's something there to a little bit of an extent, but even then, I was thinking to myself, god, that's not really a feeling you want to invoke in a player when they're going through this zone a million times. Of course, Morrowind will definitely get a lot of brownie points with a lot of people. It's just not impressing me so far. And of course, his opinions might change when they release it to the full community soon enough, because I think it's coming up on June, so really soon, less than a month away. But even then, I'm not looking forward to this, with all of the unoriginal stories, the unoriginal landscape, the fact they copied and pasted shit in here, the class that seems to be mostly utilitarian, but interesting, and on top of that, the glaring issues with the game that haven't been addressed. The loot grind still hasn't been addressed, the inventory systems haven't been addressed, the outdated crafting system that has been fixed ever since they multiplied stats by times 10, which was ages ago, long before Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood, and they still haven't fixed the crafting system out of all things. And on top of that, glaring issues with balance that have been plagued people for ages, and the fact they have the champion point system, which is just completely fucked to begin with. I mean, there's just so many issues with this game. Of course, they're, long mechanical issues they haven't addressed in ages, but it just seems that they're more concerned about other shit. And of course, this may be because of their payment model nowadays prevents them from actually improving the game, as opposed to chucking forward and creating new content and hopefully fixing the game in the process, which they often end up don't doing. That might be an issue of their payment model, but everything just not seems to be working out for them. And in the end, this just leaves me feeling uninspired by the game, and I end up really just not enjoying or really enjoy the release date of Morrowind, and I'm not looking forward to this at all. But I mean, that's just my opinion. What are you guys thinking? Because I haven't really heard too much about the community's reaction to Morrowind, other than, the hype train surrounding it, and everyone being, overjoyed about Battlegrounds, which I mean, Battlegrounds, oh boy, something to get curb stomped in by cheese method hoods. I can't wait to get one shot by random gear sets. It's gonna be so much fun. It may be a step in the right direction, but how much direction and how much progress are they actually making? Not much here, and in some regards, they're actually going backwards. So, like I said, tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. And maybe we can have a little bit of discussion, see if we can solve Salsa's issues. I doubt it. But until next time, guys, bye-bye.